had a consultation recently that made me smile because I was asked an interesting question. I get similar questions all the time. This was from a woman who was 67 years old, and her nest egg was almost exclusively in her employer's 401k, invested in the stock market. She was absolutely certain that the market was going to crash hard, as she put it, sometime in the coming year. So after we spent about a half hour discussing different strategies and different annuity options, with complete sincerity, the woman asked me, "Annuities are better than the stock market then?" I couldn't help but laugh a little bit because no one had ever phrased it quite that way. It's not that it was a bad question, it's just a question that's impossible to answer, unless you have a crystal ball. I said, if you can tell me exactly how the stock market will perform over the next 5 years, then I can tell you whether annuities are better than the stock market. But because she is so certain that a large correction is on the horizon, she believes that annuities are better than stocks. The problem with this strategy is it will cause you to buy an annuity out of fear instead of strategically determining how much of your portfolio you should protect. Of course, no one knows the answer to how the stock market's going to perform in the future. If we knew the stock market was going to provide double-digit returns, we wouldn't need annuities to protect our money from market loss. My name's Angie Welsh, and my goal is to educate you about annuities so you know how to use them appropriately in your retirement plan. When it comes to annuities, one of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing annuities to the stock market and believing they're going to get market-level returns with safety. Many people believe the stock market and annuities are competing products. They're not. They're different tools designed for different jobs. It's like asking whether a hammer or a saw is better. Well, better for what? If you're trying to cut a piece of wood, a hammer's not the right tool. If you're trying to drive a nail, you're going to think a saw is terrible. Neither tool is bad. They're simply designed for different jobs. The same is true with your retirement money. If your goal is to chase the highest returns available on the market, then an annuity is not the right tool. But those higher returns come with risk of loss. They come with uncertainty and volatility. We can guess, but no one knows when the next correction is going to happen. Annuities were never designed to beat the stock market. They're designed to provide safety, guarantees, and in many cases, a lifetime income. That's a completely different objective than what people try to achieve in the stock market. As I continued talking to this woman who sincerely asked if annuities were better than the stock market, she wanted to take all of her money out of the stock market and put it into an annuity because she was certain that there was going to be a significant stock market drop in the coming months. I often talk to people who believe this, and when you're approaching retirement, it's a legitimate concern. Maybe they're right. Maybe there will be a significant market correction, but maybe they'll be wrong too. The danger isn't believing the market will go down, because at some point it will. The real danger is creating a retirement plan that's based on an assumption that no one can predict. I've met people who moved their money to cash and stayed there for years because they were convinced the stock market was going to drop. These people missed years of market growth. I've also met people who were retiring and remained fully invested in the stock market, knowing that the money that they need in the near term was at risk, because they believed the market would continue to go up. Then during downturns, they're forced to sell stocks at depressed prices because they need the money for their essential expenses. And now they're putting themselves at risk of running out of money. Both of these decisions were driven by unknowable predictions. Neither was driven by strategy. Your retirement shouldn't be dependent on guessing where the stock market is headed next. It should be built around your income needs relative to the size of your nest egg. You should ask yourself what money absolutely has to be there in the near term to cover your living expenses. How much risk you're comfortable with is part of the equation. But once you know your income needs are met, it's a lot easier to honestly answer the question about how much risk you're willing to take. If you need guaranteed income for life, there are annuities that are specifically designed for this purpose. If you want protection and supplemental income, there are annuity products designed for just that. And you choose the term. Some of them are for terms as short as 2 years. But if you want long-term growth, the stock market can also play an important role in your retirement plan. It doesn't have to be an either-or decision. It's important to decide which dollars need to be protected and which dollars can remain at risk for long-term growth. Protect the money you need and invest the money that can fluctuate for long-term growth. When you stop trying to predict the future and start building a retirement strategy around the income that you need, you'll sleep a lot better at night. So if you've been wondering whether annuities are better than the stock market, I'll keep looking for that crystal ball. But in the meantime, ask this question instead. Which tool is most appropriate for each part of your retirement plan? You can create a plan for income, a plan for protection, and a plan for growth. You can utilize the stock market so you're not giving up the home run years, but if there is a market correction, you can leave it alone and let it rebound. If you'd like to find out whether an annuity belongs in your retirement plan, the fastest way to do that is just by seeing the numbers. There's a link in the bio to schedule a free consultation. And make sure you like and subscribe for future videos.